Hello everyone, it's Tilly from Tilly Channels and I am back with my budget video for my wrap-up budget for July and my setup video for August. Let me just show you what I've got. I've got a Fox and Cactus washi, a Rando washi. I've got an August 2020 sticker from my shop. That is the horizontal size. If you are wondering, I've got my budget kit from Colourful and Co. This is the Tranquility one. These are coming out in August, so look forward to that. I've got some no spend stickers, some date dots. I've got some little build you and habit and payday strips. Then I've got my weekly kits as well with some overlays as well when they're planner face. So I've got that's Barbados Blue and Aloha one page kit. I've got pink sparkle strip and beachy planner face. I've got oil slick and sunny days, and then I've got the Planning Artisan Sale freebie from Colourful and Co one page kit as well. So I'm going to start by wrapping up July, and then we will get on with, well, then I'll switch over to the computer where I'm going to explain what's changing and what's staying the same, and then I'll come back to this and set up August. So here's the monthly view. It's great just to have a little look at when bills and paydays are. That's there. Monthly budget. I've not finished wrapping it up because it's the 28th when I'm recording this, and I need to buy petrol still. But the rest of that is in, so our income, expenditure, sinking funds I haven't done because this is all changing, so it seemed a bit silly to like do this in two places when it's all changing, so we're going to ignore that. Weekly check-in I have done each week, and it's been a good month. I've been really good with my budget, and I will show you that in a second across on the computer, and I'll just flick through my spending as well. So this is how we track it. If we have a no spend day, both of us have a no spend day, we get a sticker, like a full box and a no spend script, which has been working well because these kits all come with two, and we tend to have one no spend day a week. It's been a spendy month to be fair, so that's where we're at, and this is the week we're on. It's the 28th when I'm recording this. So I will pass over to computer Tilly, and then I'll come back to set up August. Okay, so we are now over to my computer, and I'm just going to talk you through what has changed and what we're doing. So let's start by putting in my spending for August, which I've just shown you how I was tracking. So I never actually put my budget in this. That was not very sensible, was it? So direct debits, I have 968.16 budgeted, and I spent 968.15. How good. Travel, I had £100 budgeted. I currently have spent half of that, but I need to fill up my tank of petrol. It's the 28th when I'm recording this, and I'll need to fill up my tank of petrol when I go to work tomorrow, so I can't put that in, but it'll be about £100 exactly, because I think I've spent like exactly half of that at the moment. I spent 48 and 2, so it'll be about another £48 on 2 for my next tank of petrol. Food, I haven't spent anything. Oh, sorry, my budget for food was 20 and I haven't spent anything. Fun money general, I haven't spent anything and my budget was 20. Fun money stationery, my budget was 30 and I spent 25.95, which should be a minus amount. And other, I budgeted £10 and haven't spent anything, so I very much stayed within my budget. All of those are like, even if I put the 49.05, was it? How much was it? Why can I not remember anything? 48.02. Yeah, we're in the green, the black, which is fantastic. So that's that. That is the roundup of my 2020 budget on my own. So I'm just going to save that and shut it. In the same way, I've actually already done my sinking funds for July. I've popped in my amounts already, and that's how it would have been. But as you can see here, we are moving to doing everything jointly. So I'm just going to talk you quickly through what we have decided, and probably from now on my videos are going to probably just be the planner part, or maybe popping in some numbers onto this shown as well. But really, me and Shochin are going to sit together and budget, and I don't know that he'll want to do that on video. So yeah, so here is our joint budget. We have a base budget here that we worked out ages ago, when we were working out how much we could afford to spend on our mortgage, and then for now we have put together this budget here, which is for August. So this works in exactly the same way. This is like money that comes out of our account, and this is absolutely everything, including sinking funds. I've left the sinking funds in yellow just to make it more obvious for you, and partly because I was using that to work out what was sinking funds before. So that is our current joint rent some of that's mine, some of that's Shochin's. That's just how much that is. That's easy. We obviously are not paying our mortgage at the moment, but we have actually got the amount of money for our mortgage set aside in a pot in our joint account anyway, so that if our mortgage does go through in August, we'll have that money sorted. So that's that. Meal out fund, as part of my rent, I put in money to a sinking fund to go out with my parents for a meal, so that's there and that's not changed. 3 is our phone bills, which just makes sense. Then mine is just £5, because I just give £5 to Mind. Sorry, I just got really distracted. I just give £5 to Mind every month anyway. Patreon is my Patreon subscriptions, and that's just what it is. Headspace and Baked In are the same. They are subscriptions. So Headspace is a meditation subscription. That's how much I need to put aside to pay it monthly every year, yearly. And Baked In is a baking subscription, and that's how much I need to put aside a month to pay it off in full. BMA is our BMA membership. We are both planning on cancelling that and signing up to a different union, but we haven't done it yet, and we're probably not going to do it before the 1st of August, so that's just what that is got to be budgeted. And we have YouTube Premium, and that's how much it is for our joint YouTube Premium. Travel is quite simple. We have an amount for petrol. We did initially have like basic work and additional, but basic work was £2.40, and we decided to put 100 extra for like other bits of travel. So if Shochin goes to see his family, or if we go and see my sister, or like if we go to see his family, things like that, like not just our normal commute, we need about £240 for our normal commute. The rest is that. Maintenance and service, both of our MOTs are due in the next couple of months, so that could be a lot, but that's how much we think we're going to need. We'll review that as like time goes on and stuff. We might need less than that, we might need more. I think it'll probably be less. Insurance, that's how much £80 is how much we need to put in to both pay our insurance and tax in full when it's due. So yeah. Food, we've budgeted £100 for eating out, which is like 1 meal out and 1 takeaway, which seems about right. Or yeah. And then groceries, that's just for like bits of groceries we could pick up. Our groceries are generally included on our rent, but at the moment, but that's just for bits of groceries we could pick up or random stuff like that. Toiletries, that's for haircuts, toiletries, anything like that. We're just putting 30 quid in a month for the moment. Prescriptions, I have a prepayment certificate for my regular meds. Shochin doesn't, because he usually gets his 2 monthly, and also we both wear glasses, so there needs to be some money for that set aside. They were actually both new glasses, so you should maybe put extra aside, but I'll get onto that when I talk a bit more about my sinking funds. Study, we've got indemnity insurance, which we've worked out how much they need to be, and GMC how much that needs to be. We are putting £100 aside a month for sitting exams for work. Our exams cost about 600 quid an exam, so that's like 1 exam a year for each of us. So yeah, textbooks, because we're going to be changing our union, BMA have a really good library, but the rest of it's really rubbish, so we'd rather just put some money aside for textbooks, so we buy our own textbooks rather than just renting them from the library. We may find another like medical textbook library, if there is one, that we can join. Fun money, we've got 50 quid each, and then £20 Shochin has extra because of things like my Patreon, Mind, Baked In, Headspace are all really mine and not joint, so I just gave him a bit of extra money to make that a bit fairer. I have a planning sinking fund at the moment, but I don't actually think I need it because I'm going to be making my own planners, so do I actually need that? Probably not, but I want to just leave a little bit going into it, so I've left that as £10. Clothes, we put £80 aside a month each. For between us, that will be fine. £160 is our present, how much we worked out, and I will show you how we got to that budget money, the amount, if I can. Then other, we've got some money set aside for a holiday each month for new electronics like phones, new computers, stuff like that. New car fund, we have based that on replacing one of our cars every 15 years. At some point we're going to have to put actually save for a new car, but that's just to give it so we're starting to save, even though it's just a little bit. Bits and pieces is any oddments and stuff like that. And then furniture, we intend to buy quite a lot of furniture in the next month because we are moving probably in September, October, so we probably will need more furniture, so that's why that's budgeted quite a lot this month, but generally that will be a lot less. So that is our budget for August. And then if we go across into the joint sinking funds, those values that were yellow have moved across to here, and they are the same values. Then we also did just start with some money in general sinking funds, so I'm just going to talk through that. Rent meals, that's just pulled across because that money is really my parents', it's just in my account. Though that seems like it's probably too much, but I will double check. And in fact, let's reopen my sinking funds. That probably is right, I probably did work it out right. Yeah, I did. God, there was just a lot in it to start with. Yeah, so that's how much was left in my sinking fund for rent meals. Car insurance, I don't know why that's 651. That should just be 650 surely. I don't know. That was worked out based on Shochin's car insurance is due in September, so it was based on us being able to add 2 months of car insurance and tax in before that, and the fact that mine's due next May. And then car work, we kind of just guessed because both of our car insurance, the car warranties are due. We just guessed roughly an amount. We think that should easily cover it. So, but we'd rather have spare money in there than not enough. But we'll see. Toiletries, we just started loads with 5 because we made Monzo pots, and you can't open a Monzo pot with 0. You could then transfer the 5 back, but we just decided to start them with 5. Prescription, my pre-payments certificate is due imminently, and that's how much we needed to be able to pay that off. Indemnity, I need to pay mine off imminently, and that's how much I needed to be able to pay that off. GMC, we've both recently paid, so didn't need to start with any money. Work exams, we didn't need to start with any money. In textbooks and clothes, none of those we need to start with any money. Gifts, yeah, I'll show you the gifts calculation in a minute, but that's just the amount I worked out we should probably start with to be able to buy all the rest of the birthdays for the rest of the year and Christmas, with the adding money in. So yeah. Headspace, that's how much was in mine because that had already been worked out previously. Holiday didn't need to start with anything. New car didn't need to start with anything. Furniture didn't need to start with anything. Electronics, I need a new phone in the next few months. To be able to afford that, we needed to start with something in electronics. So we just put in 200 for now. It may be that we save extra money soon for that. Planner, I just pulled across, and baked in, I just pulled across. Emergency, we've decided to stick with our £1,000 emergency fund, and then we will start building up our fully funded emergency fund when we can. So yeah, that is the spreadsheet aside, and just me talking through like what we've done a little bit as well. And so it is very different. We are doing everything together. We are basically combining all of our money, which is a little bit scary, but also really exciting. So yeah, I will hand back over to Tilly setting up the planner. So here we are, starting with the August monthly spread. So for this, I'm trying to remember which of these washies I was going to use with the this kit, and which I think I was going to use that one with this kit and this one generally for the month. I just need to move that August sticker for a second. So this is actually one of these washi tapes that's, you need to peel the backing off of it. So I'm just going to like work out roughly how much I need and rip that off. This isn't going to be painful, I think, but I need to start using some of my other random washies, so this was a good place to start, I felt. So I've just got a ripped off strip to go down the side, and this is just to put which month it is on. When I release these, they will come in a dated format probably rather than undated, so you won't necessarily have to do this. Though I could do them undated. Let me know down below whether you'd want to see these undated or dated. I just generally prefer dated planners, but I just did not have time to make this dated. And then I want to mark off the days that aren't in a month. So August, I believe, I'm going to check on my watch, starts on a Saturday and runs through to a Monday. So I need to cover up those 4 days. So I need like that much-ish. It's really weird having a washi tape. So I'm just going to cover up the days not in the month. It's really weird having a washi tape that you have to like peel a backing off. I'm not used to this at all, and I can see why they weren't like that popular, because this is a bit of a faff. So that's the days in the month not covered up. Then I'm going to use the date dot stickers to put down the dates for the entire month basically. I like to use up a strip of them, so I'll probably use the leftovers ones first and then go on to the other ones. So do you have a monthly spread where you just look at your bills, your direct debits and your paydays? I really actually like having it, especially in this planner. It's probably not necessary because I do track most of this somewhere else as well, but it's quite useful to have at the same time, just somewhere, particularly in this planner, because I can always like have a check on it and see if something's come out of anywhere. So that's quite nice. but at the same time I can see that it's totally not necessary either, and honestly I don't need this. It's just quite helpful, and I quite like doing it, so I'm going to do it. And I kind of wish I didn't have to date dot it because it makes it take a lot longer than it needs to, but oh well. So there we are, nice and dated. Then we need to pull in our bill dues and stuff. So my plan was, in the future, right, there are these gorgeous stickers, the flags and the little arrows from the kit that I do want to use, but I have these bill due and paydays and I just feel like I should try and use them up, because otherwise I'm never gonna use them up. So my aim is to use these up and then move on to these, but I don't want to. I want to use the pretty stickers that match the kit, but meh. Right, so paydays. I will carry on with the same payday, which is the 27th I get paid, and I'm just trying to see what colours like match this kit well. Probably one of the pale blues. So I get paid. Do we have any bill dues on the 28th? Should have made a list of my bills really, shouldn't I? No, sorry, I get paid on the 27th. No, Shochin pays his rent on Mondays, so that's what that is. So maybe this could come up to the top, maybe? No, that covers the date completely. These payday flags are like the perfect size for this box. There we go. Then Shochin's paydays, I just need to check when that is going to be. So, because I used to work for the trust he's going to be working for, it looks like he probably gets paid on the 26th, which I've worked, the 28th, sorry, which I've worked out from when I used to be paid. So that's our paydays, and I didn't pull out a pen, which wasn't very sensible. There's one here. So I'm just going to put S and T for our paydays. So he's moving into a training contract, so he's going to be getting monthly paid rather than weekly paid, which he has been doing. So that's very different, first of all. Next we have bills. So the first of the month is always a bill heavy day, and so I'm going to start off with that. And again, I'm just trying to use these up, so I'm just going to use them for until I've run out of these. So bill Monday, the first is always rent, BMA, Patreon, bills. Shochin has his phone bill comes out on the 10th. I'm just using last month as an example. I put the first and second on the other side of the box. I was really confused for a second then. I was like, what is different about those 2 days? Anyway, I'm just going to go through and finish putting my bills in. So these are basically my direct debits, and they do just vary a little bit. Don't judge me, but I am totally using the last month to work out when our bills are due, because I don't know off the top of my head. I know that Shochin's rent comes out every Monday, but other than that I don't really know when our bills come out. Is that bad? Like off the top of my head, I need it written down somewhere, so I am just using that, but I think that's fine. Like, I think that's quite normal to not like 100% be aware of exactly what days bills come out. I don't know, let me know down below. Is that normal, or is that just me being a weirdo? There we go, so there's just a little monthly spread showing our direct debits and our paydays. So that's August's. Next, let's move on to the actual like budgeting pages. So as I said, these are resized for this now, which is amazing. I don't know what I think I did say because I voiced over in the end last video. That was because that was the first video where my audio was really messed up, and I've had a few others since then. I'm hoping that I've changed the cable, and I'm hoping that that will be like corrected now. So I'm just popping down the monthly budget stickers. So I've got the section for income, so we're going to have one income each, and then just another category for like if we sell stuff online or anything like that. Expenditure we're going to have for each of our expenditure categories. Then I've put in the savings, but I don't really know that I'm going to use this, but I've just left it in case we do like decide to put some savings aside for new furniture or anything, because at the minute I think we're just going to try and build up a buffer amount of money together, but we'll see. But I thought I'd put the savings bit in anyway. Right, I'm actually going to leave the rest of this page for now though, because although sinking funds are going to be there, I don't know what I'm doing with it. So I'm just going to move on to the weekly check-ins first, and I'm going to start, this may be crazy, but I'm going to, or bizarre, or a strange choice, I think I'm going to start at the bottom of the page, and then we're going to deal with the space in the middle at the end, because that's how I want to do it. So I'm going to pop down the totals at the bottom of the page, and then I want a glitter strip, I think. So how many weeks are there in August? So that week, I think I'm just going to do 5, yeah. So bright blue with bright blue, light blue with light blue, dark blue with dark blue. Yeah, these are spread out quite nicely. I quite like that. In fact, I might move the pink to the middle. So this is going to be our last strip, which is the bright blue. So I'm going to put the glitter strip next, and that is just for putting up my totals for the weekly check-in. Total goes on to here. Probably bring that up a tiny bit so that it's nearish that line. I might move the other one up in a minute as well, but that'll do for now. And then we want the start category, and there are 7 categories. I will get there in the end. So I'm going to just go through and pop all my weekly checklist check-ins down. I'm sure when I started this I knew why I was working up from the bottom and not working top down, but right now when I'm nearly finished I'm like, why did I do this again? This seems like a really convoluted way to do this. Obviously just realised as well I meant to move the pink to the middle week and I didn't, but oh well. Fantastic, so my weekly check-ins fit in perfectly on those 2 pages, so I just have this page left to deal with and I don't really know what I'm doing with it. I know that I want to track my sinking funds. I think I should possibly have pulled this down and like washi the top and bottom, but I think I should probably do the same with sinking funds. We've got a lot more sinking funds though now. I've decided our only debt at the moment is our mortgage. Well, no, we don't have a mortgage yet and we're unlikely to take out our mortgage this month. I think it'll probably be September by the time that comes through. So what I'm going to do is, I know this debt tracker title is going to go in and then the actual bit is going to be on the next page, but that's fine. But I'm going to put the title in for the debt tracker just to track where we're at. I don't know whether I'll keep this, but for now I'm going to use that to track where we're at with our student loans, and whether when we take out our mortgage I will want it there just so I know, have an idea of how much is left on the mortgage. So that will be fine. So I've just left 3 lines there for each of our student loans and mortgage. Then I think this will work perfectly, I hope, if my calculations are correct, which is the reason I've decided to do that, is because I think the sinking funds will fit in perfectly. So I'm just going to pop in at those headers. So the reason we decided to move to budgeting together this month, even though our house's purchase is probably not going to go through this month, and I know Dave Ramsey says not to include your budgeting, not to like tie up your finances until you're married, but we felt like it was the right time for us with our buying our house, so we did it anyway. Yeah, and I think it's the right decision for us because we want to budget for our wedding together and like we want to do these things together, so it just felt like the right time for us. So what I ended up doing there is squidging up, and I'm going to have to use this very top bit for our debt tracker. I don't know whether I'm going to keep a debt tracker in there. I might just washi the top and bottom of the 2 pages because I don't need the debt tracker, so why is it there? So left in the budget kit I have the weekly spending trackers, which I am going to start using when I run out of my monthly kits, but yeah, that's fine. And then I've got the little things which I want to use in my monthly and I can't wait till I use them, but I'll put those into my general functionals for now. Yeah, so that's that. Last but not least, the thing I want to do is I do want to write everything in on these 2 pages, which I'll do shortly, and I also want to set up all of my weeklies, so I'm probably going to speed up and write everything in and write on my weeklies, put in the stickers for my weeklies as well. So yeah, I'll pass over to Sped Up for a little bit to do that. Whilst I'm writing this in, I just wanted to explain something. I'm currently using 1-page Wednesday kits from Plan & Face or 1-page kits from Colourful & Co in the weeklies in this planner, but the sort of medium to longer term plan is that I won't be doing that, and that I will just be using the budget trackers from Colourful & Co and any functionals to track spending. So each like category of spending has a colour, which will make it much easier to look at my weeks Obviously it won't be as pretty, but that's fine, and then I'll just use like leftover full boxes. But I've got these one-page kits because I bought them thinking I was going to be using a planner where I could use one-page kits, so I figured I might as well use them rather than just wasting them, and the artwork is really pretty in them, but the long-term plan is not to be using those. And then it's also, you know, saving money because I'm not like buying specific stickers for it, other than I will be buying date covers, or we will be buying date covers and the budget tracker sheets. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly explain that. The other thing, because it is quite hard at the minute to see like what category anything is from, particularly because for the last month certainly a lot of things have been from joint that are just like random stuff and really should probably have come out as something else, but because we didn't budget jointly, the joint stuff was just joint. So yeah, it's going to be quite different this month, and I'm looking forward to it. I also want to hear down below what you want me to do with these videos from now going forward. I'm thinking I will just do the bits where I am setting up this planner, because to be honest that goes over like my budget, so maybe I try and like film my weekly check-ins, although we'll possibly like talk about them together, even our weekly check-ins, because it is important that Shochin's on board with budget and stuff. So maybe I will just film like going through the budget, like just their last bit of the budget, adding up the numbers and stuff and filling in the sinking funds page for last month, and then go through it and set up my next month. What do you think about that? Basically, what do you want to see from these videos? What bits do you find helpful? Let me know in the comments down below, because I really want to make these videos useful for you. I started off filming them just because I was doing them anyway, and then it sort of turned into a planner for budgeting, and obviously my channel is about showing planners, so I thought it was good to share that too. But yeah, I wanna know what you guys want from these videos, so yeah, let me know down below. And I think I've probably rambled enough and sped this up enough. Yeah, sorry, I was gonna say I just did use the date dots and I just put them down, and I think that'll just make it easier because I've got everything set up. So all I need to do is put every day check in this plan for the next month. The only things I have to do is every day check in with my planner to put in any spending, and then on a Sunday do my like weekly wrap up, and that's it. And that makes it dead easy. So although this took a lot longer to set up, now is going to be dead easy for the next few months, for the next month, sorry. So yeah, that's where we're at, and I have probably finished, well no, I will have sped this up, so this is the right length of time. I'll have finished writing everything in now, and yeah, I'll pass over to past Tilly, future Tilly, I don't know, other Tilly with the finished few spreads. Okay, so I think that is everything set up, but who knows. We've got a lot more sinking funds, as you can see, and there's a lot of money in that. There are sinking funds, and that's good, because they're things we're going to have to spend, so we might as well have some money set aside for them. So, got monthly income. I don't know what our expected income is. It's really bad, but we're changing jobs, and although we sort of know, we don't 100% know, because of pension and stuff, we don't know what our take-home pay will be 100%, so it's just easier to leave the expected blank because I just don't know. Expenses, we've got our budgets in there. I left an extra line sometimes, so I put like some things in for house purchases on some of the weekly check-ins and here, because I'd left an extra line, but that was a mistake, so never mind. Savings, I don't know whether we'll put money aside for savings at the moment, because obviously money is actually sort of being saved for our house buying process, so that's kind of why I put house bills, because that's what that means, and then emergency. We might try and put a bit more aside for emergency fund. Debts, I don't think I'm going to include the debt tracker after this month, because our student loans are like a tax, so, but I put it in because it fits, so I don't know what the totals are, so I'm just ignoring that and writing anything in. Sinking funds are there, so start and income there, and then I'll obviously add the minus later. Weekly check-ins, as I said, I accidentally added an extra line for for 3 of these, so there's a house section there, and then the last 2 I didn't, so you know, that's what that is. So there's a space for each weekly check-in, and then there are my weeks. So I do just like to put in a little bit of foil on these, just makes them a bit prettier. So I've got a full box in my sidebar and a habit tracker for when we do like no spend. In this sense means like no unnecessary spending. So yeah, that's for that. There's those 2, there's that week, which is a planner face kit. There's this week, which is a Colourful & Co kit, and I pulled in some Fox and Cactus washi with that. Another planner face 1 page Wednesday, and then last one there. So that's everything really. Let me know in the comments what you think I should be doing with these videos from next month onwards. I'm wondering whether just to fill in this part of the video and talk you through what we spent last month, do like maybe even do the monthly wrap up, so fill in the actual spent here with you guys and the sinking funds minus an end maybe. Don't know, maybe I should do that with you and then set up these pages. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you found it useful, and I hope to see you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.